Miss Gina, Queen of Talk, we the people want to know. Now, of course, this sector of YouTube has been up in arms since yesterday when you did the initial live asking the queendom for $500. And so, why is it that you took that live down? I know that it was only about I know it was under 3 minutes, but if everything was on the up and up, why would you take it down? For instance, if this situation in which on one hand, I hope that it did not happen, while on the other hand, I hope it did happen because it kind of brings your credibility into question. There's no way that I could think that. I mean, just from being in your lives, being at your at your cash out parties or whatever, would like to think that this was all created for cash. However, there are a lot of unanswered questions. Okay, you said that you received that photo once you were already in the Uber. Well, why would some random person, just send you an image of an accident? Number one, if they didn't know you, and number two, knew that you were going through a situation. How did they know that if they're random? How did they get your number? How did they know that it was your son? I mean, there are a lot of questions there that has people like, I don't know about this. Then the person knew more than you did. How does that happen? Not only that, the person that sent you the text, why didn't you turn call them and ask them, well, hey, who is this? Where did you get this from? Who sent it to you? Were you on the scene? Where is he now? See, all of these had been mine. See, I'm a mother of five. And I do know that no one can call, contact, without me having 1,001 questions while I'm on the way. The first person that makes contact with me, I'm going to hold them hostage on the phone until they tell me everything that they can. Now, as far as accidents go, accidents that shut down interstates or highways or whatever, they typically make the news and it's public. Now, you say that you had no information. Why didn't you have information? These things are public. Oftentimes they make the news, just like in this situation. This accident made the news. So I don't understand how everybody else had information and you didn't. Of course, and I'm probably sounding a certain way, and that's not my intent. It really isn't. But when you are asking people for money and then you go on to say you don't have to explain anything, you sort of kind of do. Because on the one hand, you're asking people to send you their hard earned money because you're in a bind and you're in a pickle. And trust me, by our nature, by our heritage, honey, it's in our DNA. We're going to give. If there's a need, someone is hurt, there is an emergency, we're going to give. That's our nature. That's just, it was embedded in our DNA. I know that I am. And so if there's a sudden need, there would be no problem answering unanswered questions, especially for the ones that actually gave. Now, of course, they gave because of their, I want to say, their respect for Brother Jay or you. But at the end of the day, their intent behind giving was good. But what we want to know is, what was the purpose that you asked for the money the real reason? Because I mean, just coming on asking, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, would have gotten a different response. I mean, let's just keep it all the way funky. It would have gotten a different response. Of course, that image, the way that everything was implied, the whole presentation of it all screamed something very bad has happened. It just screamed it. And another thing, I mean, and this is just me, if you said that the police had to wait until your son woke up because he was unconscious to find out what happened. You said that on the one hand. Then you said that he had a concussion. Listen, I work in the emergency room. We deal with a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. And anything that deals with neuro, anything that deals with, this has me in a very bad space because I don't want to intentionally think ill of anybody. That's just me. But working in the fields that I work in, I see a lot. And only thing I want to say is the story has just a lot of unanswered questions. The pieces are not adding together. They're not making sense at some point. And these are the things that people are talking about. You don't want to give anybody any more ammunition. I mean, because you're building, and this is your brand. And you don't want your brand based on a lie. You don't want your brand based on people looking at you and waiting on the scam. You just don't. It's not a good look. I mean, at the end of the day, when you came on and I'm looking at you because I was in the live when you did it. I was looking at you and I'm wanting to believe you. I'm wanting to believe everything that you said. And so as soon as you shut it down and I went over to Brother Jay's live, someone else, I guess they were in the live with me, they came on and they were, explaining to him, oh, Brother Jay, Regina's son was in a car accident, so on and so forth. And then they commenced to sending the money. All I'm saying is, as it stands right now, your credibility is in question. This is not to disrespect you in any way, but these are the questions that people are asking. And in order for you to build another firm foundation, as a support system for your channel, it's got to be based on truth, and that's it. That's it. It has to be based on truth. You don't want to be known as the begging content creator. You don't want to be known as, the person that'll tell a lie to get a coin. That's no, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's the quickest way I know to lose support. No. Mm-mm. So, I mean, I'm just pointing out facts and pointing out, the questions that in my mind that are looming. They're looming and they're unanswered. They're unanswered. Now, in the event that this is true, I prayed yesterday, I prayed last night, and I prayed this morning, for your son's well-being. I have 3 sons, and God in heaven knows I have one that's a boxer, and he's also an awesome football player. I'm constantly praying for him. I'm on bended knee. They can't call me and tell me that he has a stumped toe, and I'm not acting crazy. So I know how it is when it comes down to these kids. Yes, you're not thinking straight. Yes, you're not thinking like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, but you don't continue to build on the basis of a lie. Now that you do not do. So that's all I want to say, my dear. Take it with love. Please don't take it with disrespect. All I'm saying is we the people really want to know. Because at the end of the day, we want to support you without having to question it. See you in the next live.